Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. My name is Lara and we're here at Bite Me Burger in the IFC. Now joining me this morning is a very special guest, and of course we're talking about none other than Georgina Kelly, the lady behind Creative Intelligence. Hello and a very warm welcome. How are you doing, Georgina?
I'm very well, Lara, and thank you so much for inviting me here today.
It's such a pleasure to have you with us on the show this morning, Georgina. So tell us a little bit more about who Georgina Kelly is, a little bit more about your background, how long you've been in the region for, and what are the different activities that you're involved in.
Okay, well, I'm originally from Ireland, and I came out here in 2002, so I've been here for about 17, 18 years now.
That's a lifetime.
It is for living here, but I first came out in the 90s to research this market. Okay. So I've seen this place from about 94, 95.
Wow, you have seen it transform.
I most certainly have. And Creative Intelligence is a brand and communications business which was created in London. It was born in London in 1994 by my husband and myself. So David Learman is the founder of it, and me being his wife,
lucky man.
He certainly is.
Of course.
He got me cheap. Business development, you know,
exactly.
Cost a fortune to hire me.
Absolutely.
And so I was doing business development, and when we started off in London, and we were specialised in the city, so we're in DIFC today, and we were located in the equivalent of the financial district in London,
which is the city of London.
Which is the city of London. And I worked in the city for many years before Creative Intelligence. I actually worked even as a trader.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah.
A female trader. That is beautiful.
There was only 3 of us out of 150 traders on the floor. There was only 3 women.
I know there aren't too many females out there. That
even
are
today.
Even
so
you
can imagine in the 80s what it was like.
Absolutely.
You know.
Wow.
So Creative Intelligence was, as I said, created in London in the financial district. So in the early days, a lot of our clients were investment banks. We did a lot of mergers, acquisitions, working with commodity brokers, insurance companies, banks, financial institutions, and then we branched out into other areas, but it was mainly the corporate world. Now, UK and Europe was in the middle of a recession then, and how Dubai came into the scenario is, I said, because I was doing business development, that's always been the job that I've held within the business. I love sales, sales loves me. And I said, we have to look at overseas markets. And I had some friends who were living here at the time. And I knew there was going to be Britain in the Gulf exhibition, quite a major event at the time. And I said, I'm going to go out for that, and I'm going to use that as a platform to do some research. And I came out, I did some research. I also took some independent trips on my own. I did about 4 or 5 of them on my own. And I realized that could be a market. So that's when I started then hustling for business.
I like that.
Dubai.
That's a beautiful journey. That's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, how was the concept conceived to set up Creative Intelligence?
It was set up out of necessity, to be honest with you.
Okay.
A lot of people say, oh, you have a dream, innovation, all the rest. We had absolutely none of that. My husband had been working for a previous company, and because of the recession, very much like what happened in sort of, not COVID, but if you go back to the global recession.
Oh yeah.
And it hit the business very, very, very badly. And he had put a lot of expenses on credit cards. You should never do that.
You should never do that.
No.
I can't sleep if I owe somebody £1.
And we're talking about £40,000.
Oh.
And we're going back 30 years.
That was a lot of money then.
Multiply that by whatever.
Absolutely.
We had to pay off that debt. You could not get a job that was going to finance that debt, to pay off that debt. The only way to do it is you trade your way out of debt. That means you set up a business and you work your way out of it. And when we sat down and we looked at everything, we said, right, you know what to do. You've got fantastic skills. Let's put them to use. I will sell what you do. You teach me what you do. I will sell it, and we will trade our way out of this.
You're an amazing wife, an amazing partner. He is a lucky man. I said it earlier and I'll say it again. He's a lucky man to have you. Now, Creative Intelligence is based here in DIFC in Dubai.
It's actually based in Deira. I'm a Deira woman.
Oh, you're a Deira?
Yeah.
Oh, the heart of Dubai,
The heart of
real
Dubai.
Heart.
Give me Deira any day.
Oh, I love Deira.
Because when I first came out here, none of this was here. Sheikh Zayed Road didn't even exist.
I know.
To go to Abu Dhabi took about 4 hours and about 30 roundabouts and camels on the way. So I'm Deira through and through. And we started off in Al Gahood, and we've had 3 offices. And we went from Al Gahood to Deira Clock Tower. So we didn't move very far. So our office is actually beside Dera Clock Tower. Okay. And I love Dera.
I love Dera. It's the heart of Dubai. It's the pulse. It's the beat of Dubai. Yeah. I'm born and brought up here, so I've seen Dubai transform.
All right.
So for me,
fabulous.
Dera was Dubai for a very long time.
Yeah.
Until it started.
I need a passport to come over here.
Yeah, no, I know. So getting back to Georgina Kelly, today you're a trainer as well as a coach.
Yes, I am.
Tell us a little bit more about that. How did that start?
A couple of years back, I felt that there was something missing because I've supported David for so long, like a lot of women do, especially family-owned businesses, you know?
Yes.
And I felt that something was missing and I wanted something for me that was just mine. And I didn't know what. I didn't know what it was. And I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, and she's fabulous, a lovely Dutch lady. And she says, why don't you teach people what you know? I said, what do you mean teach? I'm not a trainer, I'm not a teacher. She says, you're fantastic on business development. She says, so many people don't know how to sell. She says, why don't you teach people how to sell? I said, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't have a clue. I'd just teach them. She says, yes, you would. She says, you really would. And she was very naughty. She answered a post on LinkedIn. Somebody put a post out looking for a back to basic sales trainer for the team. And you know when you highlight name, you put someone's name in?
Yes.
She put my name in.
Wow.
I nearly killed her. I had no idea who this company was. I was not ready for any of it, but because she put my name in, I had to respond. So I responded, and I went to see this company, and I did everything to talk myself out of it. I said, you know, I'm not really a trainer, you know, not this, that, and the other. And she said, you know, I actually think you'd be very good. And I said, no, I wouldn't.
You really didn't want anything to do with
I said, I'm here. I said, out of manners. I said, because she put my name in, I feel, you know, obviously I've got to sort of come and see you respond.
Yeah.
And she said, look, do me a favour, put a proposal together. She said, there's going to be about 25 people. Put a proposal together on how you would do a sales training program for a mixed group of people with experience, people with no experience, and people with medium experience. I said, okay, fine. So I went away and I did that. And I realised when I was actually writing the program, it came so easily, and I thought, this is not right, this isn't meant to happen. Because normally you suffer for your art. I wasn't suffering at all.
Oh, wow.
It just came, and I thought, oh God, I think my friend is right.
Your Dutch friend knew you better than you
She
knew
knew
yourself.
me better. And then I went back, I put the proposal to the company, and it was against me and a proper training company. And they said, we're going to go with you. And I said, oh God, you know, it scared me witless then, because they said, now there's 30 people and the hotel is booked on the Palm. And I thought, oh God, what am I going to do? They said, just do what you said you're going to do. And we know you're going to be fine. And I was fine. And in fact, the person who commissioned me from the company told the team at the end of a day and a half, because there was a day and a half training program, this is the first time Georgina has done this. And they said, no way. And I said, yes, wait.
That's how good you are. It was meant to be.
So that's why I've now found my bliss, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely, your calling.
Yeah, and I was in my 50s when it happened.
See? I believe you can always start, even when you're 60,
So
70,
it doesn't
80.
matter
there is no
what your age is. It
Absolutely,
doesn't matter.
yeah.
And I would say to any woman out there who's looking at possibly changing their career, especially during now, do it. Don't let fear hold you back. And if a good friend is telling you to do it, listen to them.
I love that. Thank you very much for sharing that story with us. That is truly inspirational. Now, Georgina, what's next for you? What's in the pipeline? What are your future plans?
I got quite a bit. I want to grow my little business, and right now I'm the chief cook and bottle washer.
Okay.
I'm everything. You know,
A one-man show.
I write it, I deliver it, I do my books, all the rest of it. I want to grow it not into an empire, because nobody will ever deliver what I deliver myself, because it's 30 years experience. So, but I would like a little bit of support on the admin side. I also created a network, a business network, because I live in Ras Al Khaimah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you have made quite a trip to be with us today.
I did.
We appreciate that.
Thank you very much. But 6 years ago, I moved to live in Ras Al Khaimah. I still commute to Dubai on a regular basis, but I live in Ras Al Khaimah.
Is there a personal attachment with Ras Al Khaimah? Although it's a stunning emirate,
I
love it.
You know what I love about it? It's got the mountains, it's got the water, it's got the sea, it's got all of that. But what I love about it is that the pace is a lot slower. We all need downtime.
Absolutely.
And that's something you don't always get in Dubai.
No.
And when I was here, I was working 24/7, 7 days a week. Friday, forget it.
No,
I was
Dubai's
always
like-
available.
No, it's always.
And they expect you to be.
Of course.
Because we are the city that doesn't sleep.
Exactly.
And I found that going to Dubai, I could sleep. And I had a Friday off.
You mean going to Ras Al Khaimah?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Ras Al Khaimah. And I bought a place up there as well. So I've invested in it.
Congratulations.
But what I did was I couldn't find a business network, something that I could sort of hook into and find out what's going on. And I'm a great believer in network. So last September, I created the Rack Business Network, and we got 480 members,
Congratulations.
men and women. It's not women only.
Oh, wow.
So it's anything from micro businesses to companies employing 200 people plus.
Well done. Congratulations. Good for you.
So I got that to work on, and I have Wendy from Wendy Stapleton, who is the owner of Hunt and Harris up there, a real estate company. She's my sidekick. We do it together, so it's not just me on my own. So Wendy and I have got a lot of plans for that. I've got a lot of plans for the training side. I want to do a lot of training around the region, not just Dubai, but I'm certainly looking at Saudi Arabia, because on the branding and communication, most of our business is in Saudi.
Okay.
So I'm looking at that market quite a bit as well.
Wonderful.
And now with COVID has opened up a lot of opportunities for all of us
It
because
has.
of Zoom and whatever else we can do. There's so much we can do online that we couldn't do before.
That's true.
So-
Actually, you've got more opportunities online.
Huge.
Because you're actually sitting there. You've got your
Absolutely
laptop. So you're
huge.
able to achieve much more than you would
Exactly.
going around and about.
And I'm
Okay.
creating my own YouTube channel as well.
Congratulations.
I want to give back.
Yes.
Give back knowledge. Share it.
Yeah.
Because when you've got experience, whether you've got 1 year experience or 30 years experience like I do, you've got to be able to share that knowledge. You should never keep it to yourself. Get it out there. Let the next generation, or even people of my age, because I'm a great believer in mentoring people. And that doesn't necessarily mean very young people. You can mentor older people. I have mentors. I have young mentors.
Wow. I'm impressed. I really am very impressed, Georgina.
I have kids teaching me what I didn't know anything about digital marketing.
You see? Because
Yeah.
that's the new generation.
Exactly.
And we can learn
Yeah,
a
and
lot
I'm
from
learning so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. Georgina, what advice, what tips do you have for the female and male entrepreneurs that are setting up their own business out there? What would you say to them?
The first thing I would say is skill up. All right? What you don't know, learn. And what I mean skill up, if you're going into business, one of the first things you need to know is numbers. You need to understand the numbers. You don't need to be able to put a balance sheet together or a trial balance, but you need to understand the numbers that's on that page. If you don't want to go to night school or whatever it may be, or even if you employ someone to do the numbers for you, you need to be able to read it. So I would say understand the numbers, because that tells you whether you're failing, that tells you where you've got a problem, and that's a red flag for what's coming around the corner.
Absolutely.
All right. So I'd say skill up, number one. Number two, decide who is your audience. If you want to be a one-man band and you're only going to take on nickel and dime jobs, that's where you're going to stay. If you want to grow a business, you need the bigger companies. You need the bigger projects. Get yourself ready for it. If you don't know how to put a proposal together for that, go find somebody who can teach you that. The first £250,000 project I won for us, we had never put a proposal before on a branded communications. This is back in the 80s. I went to the CEO of a company who knew how to do it. I rang his PA. I said, I want to come and see him. I need advice. He doesn't know me. I don't know him, but I respect him and I need help. She said, okay, that's an interesting request. He's very busy, but I'll tell you what, he'll call you at home tonight. This is long before mobiles. I had no mobile, okay? So she said, he'll call you at 8 o'clock tonight. What's your home number? Gave him the home number. He said to me, after 45-minute conversation, he gave me advice on what to do, arranged for me to go and see his people. And I went to see his people, who put their proposals together to give me and my partner advice on how to win this £250,000 project. And we won it, and we were up against giants.
Congratulations.
So get yourself out there, find out who can help you. Don't be afraid to ask. There's giants in industry here, and if you want to deal with them, you've got to walk their walk and talk their talk.
Absolutely.
Go learn it.
Yep.
Go see them. Knock on their door. Ask for help. Otherwise, you will just stay in nickel and dime.
So true, so true. Thank you very much for sharing that, Georgina, with us. Now, how did you come across the iWest platform, International Women's Entrepreneur Society?
Well, there's a friend of mine called Kirsten Westholter.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know her. She's a lovely...
Another Dutch lady. Not the Dutch lady who advised me. Another one. Yeah. Maybe the Irish and the Dutch have got a thing going together. I don't know, but I attract a lot of Dutch friends. And Kirsten told me all about you and said some wonderful things. And I'm a great believer in networking. And of course, I know you from years ago when you were on television.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah,
the days of InTV and 67 TV.
Yeah, so when I realised you were involved, I thought, okay, this is a grown-up organisation.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Thank you very much. Last but not least, what message does Georgina Kelly have for the viewers that are watching us right now? What would you say to them? A generic message.
A generic message?
There.
Oh, that's a big ask.
Yeah?
That's a big ask. A generic message is... if you really and truly want to do something and you believe it with all your heart, you want it, you really and truly want it, you've got to want it like it's the last thing on earth you want to do before you die.
Yeah.
Do it. If you don't feel that in your heart, don't do it.
I love that. Thank you very much for sharing that message with us. You actually made me think there. So thank you very much for sharing
Thank you,
that,
Lara.
Georgina.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, that's all we have time for from Georgina Kelly. It's been very interesting finding out more about her background, and the different business activities that she's involved in here in the region. My name is Lara, signing off. Until next time.